Yeah, welcome back to the Adulthood podcast. This is volume 47, airing on Monday, March 4th.
Hi guys.
Thank y'all for listening. Everybody who's been commenting on the and resharing, reposting, giving us thumbs up, giving us comments. We read your comments on the YouTube and on all the pages. So continue to leave those comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
For sure.
And we love to see it. If you want to see me live on the road, I'm in Edmonton, Canada this weekend, the 7th to the 10th. The 22nd to the 24th, I'm in Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Improv. And the 28th to the 30th, I'm in Lexington, Kentucky at Comedy Off-Broadway. IanLaraLive.com for all the dates and all the tickets. Also, this is a funny episode. We talk about lying and secrets in relationships. And me and APM both get into some crazy, let's not call them stalkers. Let's call them overbearing women stories. Hope you guys enjoy it.
They out there.
Where you gonna be? You know, you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all this month. I'm gonna be at Skinny's Cantina on Sunday, and then big shout out to Panda. I'm gonna be at Panda also. Just follow me on the iJizzle at IMDJ the number 8 p.m. I'll post every time I'm playing. You know the vibe.
You. Adulthood Pod. Thank you for listening. Volume 47. Tune in.
Ooh.
Yo, welcome back to the Adulthood Podcast, volume 47. This is airing on Monday, March 4th. We are already into March. It is spring. Just like that, we was getting people ready for the winter time, and now it's almost spring season. It's time for you to break up, leave your husband, cheat on your wives. Y'all know what we do in the spring.
Leave your kids.
Volume 47. Welcome back, adulterers. Shout out to everyone that's been leaving voicemails. If you want to leave a voicemail, the phone number is 347-378-9423.
Boom.
Leave us a voicemail. We'll love to answer your questions. Or if you just want to tell us how much you love us and we've changed your life and the way you look at things and how we're giving you free therapy, we'll like to hear that too.
Or if you want to send us free clothes and
whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
Except don't call us asking for anything.
Absolutely not.
We're not giving you that.
Accept advice.
Right. If you're new to the show, I'm Ian Lara. This is DJ APM.
Hi.
This is the Adulthood Podcast, the #1 health and wellness podcast in the hood, where we basically teach people how to be people.
Yeah. It's not easy.
We drop every Monday, and every Monday I'm up waiting to hear the reviews because people, they're on it.
They need us.
Yeah, they really do. We got Marty, our producer. You'll never know what she looks like, but she's real. She exists, and she's in the building. And Johan on the ones and twos. That's the guy. If you have any sound complaints, you at Johan.
Hit Johan.
Yeah, has nothing to do with us. We just show up and be great. It's so funny when you don't know who people are, and you gotta there's so much famous people now. Everyone is famous.
Everybody's famous.
Everybody's
now.
500,000 on Instagram, 3 million on TikTok, and meanwhile you have no idea who they are.
Not a clue.
One time, the weirdest thing that happened to me. One time, I was on a flight and I was sitting on the first seat before after first class. I was in the first seat, and there was this guy. Yeah, there was this guy sitting right in front of me. He was in first class, and when we got on, a couple people came up to him to take photos, and I'm looking at it, I have no idea who he is. He's looking at to take photos. At one point, one of the flight attendants comes up to him to take a photo, and he's like, "Oh, I got one of my books with me." So I see him go into his bag. He pulls out a book and he signs it and he gives it to the flight attendant. So I look at his name on the book. I forgot what his name is, but I look at his name and I'm on my phone. I'm like, oh, let me look up who this is. Yeah. So I go on Google. I put his name on Google. It turns out this guy was one of the most famous devil worshipers. I swear to God, one of the most famous devil worshipers in the world that has converted, and now he's this devout Christian. And he just tours telling his story how he was a slave to the devil, and now he's
reformed.
Yeah, now God is the way.
He found Jesus.
Yeah, he literally was a devil worshiper for 20 years, a renowned devil guy. Which the devil people got to be upset.
They got to be hot.
You just flip like that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I guess he's been famous on both sides because he was famous with the devil and now he's famous with God too. So
he's just milking it. He's selfish.
Yeah, but he's a Christian and I'm damn. because you're midair. You're like, damn, I'm on a flight with a devil worshiper.
This is not good for us.
Yeah, this is like, this would be a perfect time for God to get his payback.
But
you know,
my question is like, how do you go about being like the number one devil worshiper? Like, is there like a league? Is there like a devil worship league? Like, who rates it? You know
I don't know what the rankings are, but there's a world. There's a world. There's a world of that that's almost just as devout as like the Christian side of it. It's
that's
the opposite
very,
side.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Keep away from me.
I actually knew of a friend. I knew a guy that was like in like
the devil worship,
the Satan church, satanic church, And I kind of asked him about it, and I was like, "What's it about?" And he was like, I think this is how he felt, but he was like, to be honest, like he didn't actually believe in it. He was just like kind of like a rebel. And he was like a punk, like a heavy metal rocker. And he was like, he didn't really believe that there was like that it existed. So he kind of just did it as like a joke. I guess. That's not something I would play
joke
with,
around
with.
Yeah.
But he was doing it like that, which is insane. Everything is out. Everything exists.
Everything exists, but then like, do they have a Facebook group like Devil Worshippers?
Oh, for sure.
Unite?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
They're crazy.
They're big on Facebook and YouTube. That's a big
Is there like a devil worship brunch? Like, hey, on Sunday at like 9 p.m. or something?
There has to be. There's literally a swingers brunch. If you're married and you want your wife to sleep with other men, there's brunches for that. So of course
swingers brunch is crazy.
So of course the church has.
the
satanic churches have them. Which is, I grew up with like the opposite. Like my family, they're Christians and they believe you get a tattoo of Jesus and you're a devil worshiper. They don't play that.
Yeah, same with mine.
So it was so funny because like being on the flight, I was like, just my luck. I'm on a flight with the devil worshiper. And this is the flight that's gonna go down.
Okay. All right, because I was about to say, like, hold on. So the flight attendant wanted but I forgot you said that he converted.
Yeah, no, he was now the Christian guy. Yeah.
But like, what if he was still like in his devil worship and she was just like, oh, I need your buck.
Yeah,
right?
no, that would have been weird. That would have been weird.
Yeah.
It's always and like after I'm literally sitting behind him like watching his YouTube videos because he was like well known. Like he did a lot of like talk shows and stuff. And I'm watching his YouTube videos and it's always like the worst like spiritual people that become like strict on the other side, like strict Christians. Like, he's like preaching to people like you gotta stop going to the club. And I'm like, bro, you worshiped the devil. Like you are in no position
to tell
me that I can't listen
to sexy rap.
Yeah, to sexy rap. You
what?
Worship. You had a satanic shrine in your house.
That's crazy.
Insane, bro.
That's crazy.
How was your weekend though?
My weekend was fantastic, but I do have a question, and it kind of relates to, I think we talk about flying a lot, but do you ever risk a terrible flight experience if you tell the truth? Would you risk that?
What do you mean?
So I had an instance where we're flying back. I think we're flying to Miami, me and my lady, right? And the flight attendant, she comes over, she's just like, oh my God, to my girl, you look just like my best friend. Like, you really look like her. She pulls out her phone. Of course, this is while people are onboarding. So, like, this is a high stress time.
Yeah.
People are looking for overhead space.
Some people never left their house before. It seems like they've never been around people. They don't know how airplanes work. They're trying to board from the back.
From the back to the front.
It's insane.
They're using the bathroom as soon as they get on. Like
they're knocking on the captain's door, calling shotguns.
This is the one of the most chaotic.
This isn't how flying works. Yeah.
And she goes and she pulls her phone and she's just like, look, see? She was from down south. Look, you look just like my best friend. And we
look at the best friend, Uggo?
It wasn't an Uggo, but it was just like, you look, there's no similarities, there's no comparison at all. And I wanted to tell the truth. But I also like, free pillows. I like the free Wi-Fi codes.
Yeah, no, you bring up a good point, man, because sometimes in life you're forced to lie.
I was in a conundrum.
Yeah, like it's either you tell the truth and ruin the
whole
flight,
experience,
or you lie to make this lady feel like she's not out of her mind.
Not only does she not feel like she's out of her mind, now she wants to come bearing gifts. Yeah, like alcohol, free alcohol.
All because she looked like
the friend.
So were they even a little bit similar?
Not even close.
No, not like, even the same complexion?
Complexion slightly, but that's it.
Yeah.
So it was just like, damn, I'm literally lying right now.
No, yeah,
but this trip is amazing.
Lying helps sometimes in life. I find like lying is good if it's a like that's a harmless lie, right? Is it even? Can we even call that a lie?
It's what do we call that?
It's
fudge. We fudge.
You're just bending the truth in order to ensure a good time for yourself.
And it was a great time. I ordered a tequila soda because I like to drink in air when I'm going to Miami. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, this is amazing.
No, lying. Sometimes it's good to lie.
It's necessary.
It's small lies. I don't condone,
Okay.
I don't condone.
You don't condone big lies. Yeah.
The small lies is good.
Okay.
I had a crazy week last week.
You talk about a doozy. What's up, man? Can we get into it?
First of all, before I tell the story, I'm going to switch up some things that happened in the story.
Redacted.
To protect the identity of parties that were included in this.
Okay.
Because this is a big one.
Okay. Can we name this one Redacted? Because I feel like this is redacted.
And again, I'm switching stuff around. I'm telling it in different ways because I don't want... Some of the parties involved might be adulterers.
They probably are.
They might be adulterers.
They definitely are.
And I don't want them to hear it and say...
You put my...
Yeah, I'm admitting that I am switching... I'm not switching what happened. I'm switching locations and names? Identities of the people in this.
For liability purposes.
Right. All right. So you guys know, we recorded on Valentine's Day.
That's right.
We were here on Valentine's Day. I had shows Valentine's Day for a stand-up comedian, especially in New York. It's one of the busiest nights. Everyone wants to go on a date. They go to dinner, then they go to a comedy show. Mm-hmm. So I had about 4 shows on Valentine's Day. I left the studio. I went to the club to do my show. I won't say the club. I went to the club to do my show. And it's Valentine's Day. You could feel it. We spoke about this when we were leaving the studio. You could feel it. The energy in New York. Everyone's horny and desperate.
Yeah.
Like you can smell it on people.
As soon as you walk outside.
Right. So I get to the club and you can see like it's like couples and then it's like I see them lined up outside. It's like a lot of couples and then it's some Galentine's nonsense. You know, Marty. So whatever, the show's going on. I'm hanging out. I'm waiting for my time to go on. They come get me. They say, Ian, you're next. I said, okay. I go. It's time for me to go on. I go downstairs. I get introduced. Here's everybody. This next guy, super famous, HBO special, Finnick on Hulu.
The comedy, Romeo Santos.
Tours all over the world.
Adulthood podcast.
You know, all the things.
Yeah.
Ian Lara.
Yes.
I get introduced to the stage. I go on stage. I'm taking the mic out the stand. I'm saying hello to everybody. I hear in the darkness, because again, there's a spotlight on stage. So we don't see past like the first or 2 rows.
Okay.
I hear in the darkness, oh my God, I love him. I hear that. And
in the crowd, from the crowd.
Yeah.
But you can't see.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm not trying to sound cocky. It's not my first time hearing this type of admiration.
Praise.
You know?
Okay.
I let it go the first time because I'm like, just let it go. Do your act. You know, this is a person who might be a fan of your comedy. So just, you know, it's good. It's going to be fun. So I let it go, but I keep hearing, I keep hearing the voices like, she's telling her friend, she's like, no, you don't understand. I love him. And now everyone hears it. So I have to address it. So I said, you love me? Like I look into the table, but again, it's into the darkness. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know who it is. I said, you love me? And she goes, yes, like I love you. And I'm like, it's Valentine's. I'm like, I make a joke about it. I'm like, all right, this is the best set I've ever had. I'm like, we don't even have to continue this. We could just get out of here right now. Like, I'm just making a joke. I'm like, let's just get out of here. Like, what else? Yeah, why even like keep going? I'm at the top already. I'm only gonna disappoint you. Listening to me talk is never gonna uplift. It's only gonna disappoint.
We already arrived.
Right. So I'm making a joke and she's laughing. The whole crowd is laughing. And it's Valentine's Day. So they're cheering, they're cheering on like random sex, So I joke about it for like 1 or 2 minutes and I just go into my set. I start doing my set. This girl is loving it. Like I don't hear, I just hear her table laughing. Everyone's laughing. We're having a good time. In the middle of it, like I hear like little things. Like I hear like, oh my God, like that's so funny. Like she's having a good time. We're all having a good time. It's just fun. The set is going great. I end the set when I do my closing joke. I end the set, right? I say my last joke, it gets a laugh. Then I kind of slow down and I was like, okay, I say, everybody enjoy your Valentine's Day. I gotta go have sex with this girl. Gets a huge laugh. Everyone obviously knows it's a joke.
They're in it.
Yeah, I'm kidding. They're like, sex. But I'm joking. I don't know what she looks like. It's just me trying to be funny.
Okay.
Right? I get off stage.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. I get off stage. I go upstairs. I'm sitting at the table where the comedian sits.
She comes upstairs?
And this girl walks up the stairs. I don't see her up the stairs. Again, I didn't know who she was. So I didn't know what to expect. So I see this girl come, like she walks over to like where I'm sitting, and she's kind of just looking like, well,
it's time for sex now?
Yeah, like I mean that was the look that I got. But I had already disconnected from the stage because again, I was just talking shit on stage.
You're performing.
Just trying to be entertaining. I'm not trying to hook up with, some random audience member. I was just performing. So then she's like, hey, and like she points downstairs, and then it hits me. I'm like, oh, this might be the girl. So I'm like, hey. She's like, hi.
It's time for sex
and
now?
I'm giving her the floor. Like, I'm like, I mean, do I have to, like, why do I have to perform? Like, I'm like.
You saw what I just did.
Like, hey. And then she's kind of like quiet. She's just like, hi. And I'm like, okay. My sense kick thing, I'm like, all right, let me walk her away from the table. Let's walk away. We walk like away from the comics table because I'm like, all right, this is already a little weird. So I start talking to her. I'm like, hey, where you from? Whatever. I'm trying to be like a nice person. And the conversation, let's just say the conversation is not flowing. I'm doing everything that I've learned in my years of travel on speaking to women.
And
I'm pulling out all the tricks and it's not working. Like it's just
falling flat.
Let's just say she wasn't conversationally
gifted. Okay. I got you.
Let's just say that.
I'm right here.
And I'm playing all the I'm like, happy Valentine's Day. Are you here with your boyfriend? She's like, no, I'm here with my friend. I'm like, oh, Valentines. Women are so smart and cool. I'm saying all the things.
Nothing.
It's just not flowing. It's just like not flowing.
Okay. Okay.
It's the middle. I went in the middle of the show. So there's still a show going on. So she came out the show. I see the conversation's not going anywhere. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, you should go watch the rest of the show because this rest of the show is very funny. I don't want you to miss it. So I kind of like walk her back into the showroom, and I walk back to the table. But I'm sitting at the comics table. I'm like, I'm telling the comics are like, who's that? I'm like, yeah, no, I did this thing in the room where I was riffing, but with the girl, and I don't know, it got weird. I thought we would have like a regular conversation. Again, like back when we were talking, I was like, do you want a picture? Or she was like, no. Which is one of the most embarrassing things is when you offer a photo with somebody and they're like, I don't want a photo with you.
But you.
That's when I was like, okay, so just go back then. What are we doing here? She's like, no, I don't want one. And I was like, all right, so just go watch the rest of the show. So I'm sitting at the table, I'm telling the comics about like what I'm like, yeah, it was kind of weird. The conversation just felt weird. Like it didn't feel like I'm trying to watch my words. It didn't feel like she was there with me.
100%. Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
I catch the drift.
So I'm sitting at the table. A couple minutes later, see the girl come back with her jacket. I'm like, why she got a jacket? No, I'm like, why she got a jacket? The show's not over. This is not jacket time yet. It's not jacket time.
We're in the middle of the show.
Right, we're in the middle of the show. Jackets should not be had at this moment.
No.
She comes up to the table and she comes in and kisses me on my cheek. On my cheek. She literally leans in and gives me a kiss on the cheek and says, bye, I'm leaving. I don't know. I'm speechless. I feel like I'm in the Me Too movement.
Where the fuck is security? Just let her
let the story develop. Let the story develop. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Everyone's like, you just said you didn't know her. You just said you didn't know her. Why is she like giving you like a kiss on the thing? And I'm like, yeah. You just kissed me on my face, Which respectfully, a kiss from somebody you don't know, it's off-putting.
There's no like.
But here's the thing. I have two choices. I'm like, should I? What? Like, do I freak out or do I like just play it cool? And obviously, like I didn't see any malintent in her thing.
Okay.
It seemed like she was just saying goodbye.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, I was like, you know what? She put her jacket down at the comics table, and in order to like help, I'm like, let me walk you out. Like, let me walk you out because I'm trying to like, help. So she's like, all right, because she's like, I'm leaving. That's why she gave me a kiss. She gave me like a goodbye. I'm leaving kiss.
Okay. Was she European? That's a European thing.
She was not.
Latin?
She was an American.
Latinx.
She was very American, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Marty.
Okay.
So we're walking out. I'm walking her out to the door. We get to the door. She's like, she has her jacket in her hand. We get to the door and I'm like, okay. I said, how are you getting home? It's like a train. And she's like, oh, I'm calling an Uber. So I say, all right, well, did you call it? Is it on its way? Because in New York City, I don't know if you're not from New York. In New York City, you call an Uber and they're like, I'm outside.
And
that's how it is.
30 seconds.
Yeah, they're like, come out.
They're there.
So I'm like, did you call it already? She's like, no. And I'm like, all right, well, like call it. And she puts on her jacket and she's like, okay, I'm gonna call it. And then she sits down and I'm like there's a table by the door. She just sits down and I was like, all right. I sat down with her. I'm like, all right. I guess she's like, call your Uber. And she's like, before I call it, I want you to know, I just want to tell you that I absolutely like love you. And I'm like, thank you so much. And she's like, yeah, like I just love your comedy. Like the way you do comedy is just so great. Like I love it. I watch all your stuff. And I'm feeling, I'm tearing up.
She's
saying,
right
yeah,
up.
She's saying all the things I need to hear.
Yeah. Especially after the meltdown, right?
Yeah. Then she goes, you don't understand. Like she's
emphasizing
she's
this.
tearing up too, by the way. Like she's literally getting like, I'm watching her get like emotional. She's like, you don't understand. You've restored, like you made me, I don't know, what's the word she said? Not restored, but she was like, you made me like get rid of my hatred for men. And I was like, that's a weird thing to say in public. I'm like, and this is my problem. I can't let things go.
You can't.
Yeah, because like a normal guy would have been like, okay, let me get out of here. But
now
me, it's
with
like,
a statement
now
like
I want
that.
explanation.
Exactly.
Now I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, hatred for men. She's like, yeah, like I hated men. And like when she's saying it, she's looking into my eyes where I'm like, this seems like it's real hatred.
She's looking past you?
Yeah, she's looking like through me.
Yeah.
She's like, I hated men. And I'm like, again, easy exit for me. At this point, I should be like, okay, have a good night.
But you're speeding past the exit.
I'm speeding past the red flags. I'm like, why'd you hate men? And then she's like, okay, well, let me tell you. And she starts taking off her jacket, right? When she's taking off her jacket gets stuck. Like, thing. But I'm like sitting right in front of her and her jacket is stuck and she's struggling to take off her thing. But I'm not helping her. I'm just watching her struggle. And she's like, you're not going to help me? And I'm just like, no. I'm not gonna,
No.
I don't want to touch you.
This the USL.
Right.
Yep.
So she takes off
Comedian
the jacket.
Ian Lara arrested tonight for...
Right. For helping a girl take off her jacket on Valentines Day.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot.
Nope. I've seen that before.
So she takes off the jacket. She gets it off. And when she finally gets it off, she looks me dead in my eyes again with the look looking through me. And now she looks angry. She's like, so you're not going to help me? I was like, I literally had like chills run through the back of my spine, like with the look that she gave me. So I had just watched this documentary on Netflix. It's called like Killer, Stalker, something. Yeah, it's really good. You guys should check it out. But in my head, I'm like paranoid. Like I literally, like I backed up because I was so close to her. I did it casually, but like I backed up because I was so close to her because I was like, I think she may stab me right now.
Something.
Like I think she may stab me. So she starts getting angry that I didn't help her with the jacket.
Is she intoxicated?
She's like, let the story.
I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
I'm concerned for your well-being.
I was concerned for me. I was concerned for me. So she starts going off to me. She starts going off like about how this is the problem with men. This is why she can't deal with men. And again, I'm trying to paint the picture for the listeners. Let's just say you've all seen Netflix documentaries and you all seen The Woman That Kills the Man. She fit that description.
She had some Lorena Bobbitt.
She looked like she could, like she would
cut your dick off.
If she
reached that level.
If she resigned to do it, she could.
Okay.
So I start getting uncomfortable. Like part of me was like at first I was like scared, but then at first you get scared and then you're like, wait a minute, like like
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I know exactly what
I'm
you're
like,
talking
I'm a grown ass man.
Hey.
Like, what am I doing? Shriveled up in the corner. I was like, okay, like, because she's going off on men, and I see security there. I'm trying to like alert. I'm trying to get security to come like stop this situation from happening, like walk me over. But they're not seeing me, so I was just like, hey. She's like going off. I was like, okay, look, I'm done. I was like, I have more spots. It was nice meeting you. I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. I'm gonna leave. I hope you get home safe. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate you. I leave. I walk back to the table. Now in my head, I don't know what's going. Like I'm like, what? This is the weirdest
befuddled
thing.
that just happened.
This is the weirdest thing that has happened to me. I sit down at the table again.
I love you.
I'm explaining to the comics what happened. They're like, what? Like one of my friends is there. She's a comic. She's like, I thought that was your friend. I never met this girl. This is the first time I'm meeting her. I'm talking this way. I look around. She's right at the table.
Oh my God. Does she pop back
I swear,
up?
she's right at the table. Like I'm talking to you, like I'm facing you. And I see like your eyes go this like, sorry. I see your eyes go like this way. I look back. She's standing right there.
Did you scream?
Look, I felt like screaming. She's looking at me like, you talking shit about? Like that was the energy.
Oh my God.
The manager is right there. Like she sees what happens. And the manager, like she sees that like I'm like confused. So the manager kind of walks by and she's like asking her, hey, can we help you? Because this is like the comic section where you're not allowed to be at. So she's asking like, hey, can I help you? And the girl's like, oh, I'm leaving or whatever. And she walks back into the showroom. She just walks back into the showroom. I tell the manager, I explain to the manager what's happening. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like she was creeping me out. Like I don't want to sound like, like whatever, but she was creeping me out. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she didn't seem drunk. She didn't seem like she was on. She's like maybe some meds, but I don't know. And the manager was like, well, you should go around the block or whatever. And then and I was like,
why?
Why should I go around the block? And she was like, just to like avoid everything. I was like, but I have more spots. She was like, just go around the block until she leaves and then you come back. And I was like, all right, fine. I go around the block. And the whole time I'm walking in my head, I'm like, what is happening?
What just happened?
Like, I don't know if that was just a weird altercation, if I was almost murdered. I don't know what happened. I get to the other side. I'm hanging there for like 10 minutes. Couple minutes go by. I see the security from around the block walk in. The security guard walks in. He comes up to me. He's like, oh, I'm looking for you. I was like, why? Why are you looking for me? They told me to come over here. He was like, yeah, the manager just sent me to like basically secure me. I was like, why? He's like, well, that girl that was talking to you, she was like, she ended up coming back upstairs and she's looking for you. And we ended up kicking her out the club and she's outside. She was outside in the street crying and it seems like she's looking for you. So they sent the security guard to like guard me. And I'm like, what? This is insane. This is like on Valentine. I was like, this is a Valentine's Day massacre. So part of you is like scared, but the other part is kind of excited. You're like, I might be in a Netflix documentary. I'm finally gonna get the credit I deserve. So the security guard's explaining to me that he's like, yeah, we asked her to leave and she just started like crying in the street. And I was like, so where'd you leave her? He was like, I left her. She was on the corner. Like, and it seems like she's like looking for you. So I don't know. And I was like, you know what? This is crazy. I want to go back to the place. I want to go back to the club. Like I like, this is crazy.
The scene of the crime.
Yeah. Like I just want to go back and just have
tell
it all
jokes.
End. Yeah.
God
have
damn
it all end. So we walk back to the club, and apparently, long story short, I don't want to say the rest because I don't know if she listens. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but her friends ended up explaining the situation.
Please expound.
And the situation was, let's just say it was as crazy as I thought it could be.
Okay.
So they eventually put her in an Uber and sent her home. And I unpacked the whole night. Like their friends end up coming back. Yes, they explained what it was, and it was not a good situation.
No way.
Yeah, and after that, I'm like, it changed my outlook on how I react with like fans. Like I used to be like, come here, sit on my lap. I was like,
no.
Now I'm like,
you reached that point.
Yeah, so I went to Dallas this weekend, and people were like, were coming up to me, and I'm like, oh, you know, like I'm not in a position to. I don't give. You know, you might get a little picture, but that's it. Yeah, because
This is great news, honestly. I'm sorry, but that means you've reached that certain level of status, and like for Marty and I, like that means our show is about to blow up. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about it. No,
don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong.
This is fucking fantastic. I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad nothing happened. But do you understand what this means?
No, don't get me wrong.
You got a stalker?
Yes.
No, when I didn't get murdered, I was like, all right, this is pretty nice. Like when I didn't get murdered. But in the time being, I was honestly like, damn.
Shook. You shook. Yeah.
Like I was panicked.
We out, baby.
It was crazy. I mean, they were talking about it at the club for days. Like it was like,
bro,
they were like, they haven't seen something like that.
This is the type of shit documentaries is made of.
Yeah, no, like I'm a star and a sex symbol.
Shit.
Yeah.
Bro, she was crying.
Yeah.
The friends had to explain.
Yeah.
That beats
and
my...
For a time, like I had to sneak back into the club. And for like 10, 15 minutes, I was literally in the club surrounded by security, like without them like letting her.
Did anybody take pictures?
Come back in.
Come on.
No, at the time, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, at the time it was not like a funny or good environment. Like everyone was just like,
"What is this?"
Yeah, everyone was just like, and I don't know if it's because it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, did she take anything? Like, what did the friends say about like any type of exogenous supplements or? I don't want because I don't want her to listen. Yeah. Did she not take something? Because you know some people might be on there.
She did not take something.
She didn't not. All right.
She didn't not take something.
Okay.
So
we can respect her privacy and be excited.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like all types of HIPAA laws and stuff that
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
That I don't want to break, but
no breaching. Damn,
let's just say, yeah, she was medicated.
Yeah.
Prescription medicated.
Okay. We can leave it at that.
And I don't know if it was Valentine's Day. Maybe she had a couple drinks too. Maybe
that could be it.
She didn't look drunk though.
But you can't be mixing those substances.
No, you can't mix those.
You can't mix those substances.
You can't mix those two things.
If you're on prescriptions,
in hindsight, I'm sure she seemed like a great girl. I mean, it's hard for me because after I was speaking like with the comics and with everyone and the manager, it was like, why can't you just be like no and walk away? I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I just don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like,
well,
I know that's how you get murdered.
Yeah, that's how you get on documentaries.
Feelings. But I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say maybe she had a little too much to drink on that night.
That could happen.
Things got weirder than they were supposed to.
And
shout out to her. I'm sure she's a listener. I love her.
So basically, you're at the point where you need. I take that out. Whoa. You need 24-hour security, bro.
I love you as a adulterer or a listener.
As a patron.
Because then I watched this show on Netflix about stalkers. And apparently the thing with stalkers is they believe that they have like a relationship with the person that no one sees. So they think like little stuff that you say is like hints
to them,
like directly to them. So
is that
I'm not saying I love you.
So is that stalkers gaslighters? Like, is that like reverse gaslighting?
I think stalkers definitely gaslight.
Right?
And I'm not
gaslight her, themselves? No, not for her. I'm talking about in general. But like, is that self-gaslighting?
I know if it was reversed and it was a girl that this was happening, they might have had to call the FBI.
No, definitely. You would have been if you were the stalker or the person.
I would have needed Secret Service to go home.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot to make a man not feel safe
or comfortable.
Right?
Yeah.
So like the fact that I didn't feel safe or comfortable lets you know it was
a serious situation.
Yeah, it was real.
I have a question.
Please.
I have a real serious question.
Please.
So basically, you're at the point where you need 24-hour security. Like you got to go to these spots like with security now, bro. You that famous. You're stalker famous.
Well, I mean, it's funny you say that because I had another situation happen
in Dallas,
the
Texas?
the night after, and this one I can't talk about.
You can't, or you can?
I can't.
You can?
I can't. But let's just say, you know, sometimes people listen to the podcast, they watch your comedy, and they think that they know you personally because I'm saying personal stuff on the story.
Yeah.
But I need these people to understand that I don't know you personally.
Yeah.
Like I'm being as cordial and as friendly as I could be, but I don't know you how you know me or how you think you know me. So you can't expect me to have to reciprocate the same energy that you're giving
because
I don't know you.
You literally don't. I have no idea about your life.
Exactly. Shout out to the adulterers.
Big shout out to the adulterers. Well, that trumps my story. Can you say trumps in 2024?
Yeah. What story?
No, because it wasn't a stalker, but it was just like an aggressive, intoxicated woman, like at one of the spots that I was
let's
DJing
be honest,
at.
that's probably what I had too.
Yeah. But it was just like, you get uncomfortable and you start looking for security right away. Where it's just
I'm big on security.
Security? Yeah. And like, so first of all, I'm at a spot. I'm not gonna name the spot. I'm at a spot and the DJ booth is not easy to get to. You gotta like climb and go under a tunnel. And it's just like, bitch, I'm 6'5". Why you want me doing all these aerobatics before I go and DJ? It's crazy. And I'm wearing my fur because I was feeling myself that
Of course.
night.
Was it Valentine's Day weekend?
That was Valentine's Day weekend. Yeah. So I'm feeling myself. You know what I mean? So I get into the DJ booth. I'm thinking the DJ that's there before me. I'm thinking that like this girl's with him because she comes in, she starts smacking my leg, trying to get into the booth. I'm like, why are you hitting my leg? Like if I would have kicked you, like if I would have had a natural reaction, that's a lawsuit. But it's all right. Like I'm thinking, but that kind of confidence, you got to know somebody in here. You don't just start smacking somebody unless you.
No. I think you're wrong on this because women with confidence are sometimes worse than male confidence.
That's 1,000%.
It's some and male confidence is bad. Don't get me wrong, but a woman with confidence, a white woman that's overly confident is not good.
It's very dangerous.
Not good.
Same with the melanated woman.
Yeah,
she was a melanated woman. Yeah. So she comes in her strong ass and like she starts screaming and the tequila on her breast starts permeating my direction.
You got tequila breath?
I dodged it.
Probably wasn't even good tequila.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely
the good one. You can't smell it.
House tequila, and I dodged it. I was just like,
house tequila breath.
Yeah, and pronouncing house. Like I dodged it because I'm used to it. So she starts talking to the other DJ, then she starts talking to me. She's like, what's your name? And like, I think she was from the Bay, talking all quick and strong and fast. I'm like, if somebody doesn't get this drunk woman away from me, because like, I'm just going to call the cops. Yeah. I'm not putting my hands on you. I'm not stupid, but I'm definitely going to call the authorities. Yeah. So she's just like, give me your jacket. I'm going to take a picture. I'm like, okay.
The fur?
Yeah. Are you crazy?
The disrespect to touch another man's fur. You know the animals that had to die to make this?
And I'm in here with my husband. Look, that's my husband right there.
It's fake fur, Marty. It's not real
goodness.
fur.
It's a faux fur.
It's faux fur.
It's 2024.
Full animals died.
I know where we at. But still, it's the principle.
Yeah.
You can't just stop doing that.
No.
I think we need to hire security.
I need security. I mean, I don't want to sound like a Jonas brother or like, I don't know, Ed Sheeran or whatever, but I think I might need security for the women. To keep them off.
No, that's true. Big shout out to Quest Security. I got somebody for you.
Yeah.
Big shout out to my bro Danny. He got the security company. He be doing security celebrities.
I might need it. Sometimes I do meet and greets after the shows. Like, cause I honestly like meeting people. Like I like talking to the fans. Like I like saying hello, taking photos, and they'll sometimes have like a cool story about how they found me or how they love the podcast, and I love hearing that. So I'll do like a meet and greet after.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll be telling the club like, "Hey guys, I need a security guard out there with me." I told you about the girl who tried to grab my penis, right?
No.
I told you about that story.
No.
The Boston story.
Yeah, you told them.
I did tell. Yeah, I told it. Yeah.
She tried to.
Yeah, like we were taking a picture, and she was like, "Let me grab your penis," and I looked down, and her hand was like on my crotch. So since then, like I'll ask the club, like I need a security guard also, because also I don't want to be the bad guy.
No,
like,
you don't.
Somebody else
you can't be just having people touch up on you like that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. It's hard to be a man. Nobody talks about that.
It really is. No, they don't.
The difficulties of being a man.
It's very true. People don't understand it, and like it's because, of course, the world is so like. Case in point, before we got on that flight, going to Miami, I feel like the world is like inherently biased against women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like my girl had her clutch on and the people, not the flight attendant, the gate attendants, so they're like, ma'am, you're going to have to put that in your carry-on. It's just like a little clutch. It's just so.
She had more than 3?
But it was a small one. It was a shoulder thing. But it's just like
this. They like to make a meal out of that.
Is this clutch gonna make the plane go down? Alaska Airlines? Like, what are you talking about? Like, get out of the face, right?
You went Alaska Airlines?
No, I'm just saying.
I was gonna say. I didn't know Alaska Air had a New York to Miami route.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time too, it's like, hold on, you can't just be going up because you know how many times I've been DJing, especially at the bachelorette parties, where they'll just come and just fill you right up, and then her friends
the
got
bachelorette party. We almost had to kick out a bachelorette party
in Dallas?
at my show in Dallas on Sunday.
What happened?
Yeah, look. First of all, I forgot about this. The week was just so crazy. Saturday show, we got a full show, almost completely sold out. Show's cooking like Saturday night. It's game time, baby. 30 minutes into my set, the fire alarm goes off. Full and I'm riffing, like trying to make it funny, hoping that like it shuts off. 10 minutes go by. I did like 8 to 10 minutes with the fire alarm going off. It don't go by. I was like, I'm sorry. I
can't do this.
I couldn't even hear myself because there was one right on stage. So I was just hearing the buzzer. So I was already mad off that. Like I'm sorry for everyone that came out to that Saturday show with the fire alarm because they didn't get to see the full show. They only saw me do half the show. It's
crazy.
But the clubs, I had to like give them free tickets and stuff. Yeah, because it wasn't the club's fault though. Apparently somebody burnt the steak at Capitol Grill next door. So. And then the late show and then the following show, drunk girls right in the front, just drunk, heckling me like the whole time. And people come out to these shows, they don't understand like when you're drunk and heckling, like you think you're helping. I know that you think you're helping, but you are 100% not helping. You are making it about you. Yeah. It is the most selfish thing you can do
ever.
Is go to somebody's show, get belligerently drunk, and start talking or yelling stuff on stage. It's just like lowest level of humanity
ever.
I think
ever.
Like, the gall to like. So many people, like, forget about the artist who worked and prepared to give you the show. Forget about him. Think about the 200 people in the room that are spending their weekend, their Saturday night, there to watch the show, and they can't enjoy the show because you're making it about you. You're just yelling stuff out. You're talking to a friend. You're making it about you. That is insane. I'll never understand that.
Selfish.
I'll never understand that. So if you come out to one of my shows, please don't get belligerently drunk
until afterwards.
Yeah, when you leave, do as you please, but don't be at my show belligerently drunk. I'm gonna start like honestly just kicking people out like immediately because I'll be asking them like, hey, please, like I asked them like 4 times, please stop. You gotta stop. You have to stop doing this. You have to. They don't listen. I was like, all right, you gotta go.
They gotta go. They gotta go.
Security comes take them out, but
they gotta go.
Stop the belligerently drunk. And you know what's crazy? I've never had to kick out like I've never had to kick out guys.
No.
It's always girls. I'm like, I don't want to kick out girls, but
sometimes you have to.
Yeah, they'll get drunk and start talking with their friends.
But it's so funny because on the flip side, it's like, can I mix the record? Can I scratch the record?
God. Yeah.
Can I DJ?
Yeah, which I get it. I've been drunk, but this is adulthood. I have an adult audience. You should not still be doing this.
And you shouldn't. And the thing is too, is like when you do something creative and you're really good at it, especially like comedy or DJing, like people think that number one, that they can do it without like,
of course,
putting in any of the work. But number two, that they're like entitled to it. Like people treat the DJ booth now like the highest level VIP, which is okay, cool, it's fun. You want to take pictures, but like, I've said this before, actual DJing is wild, ugly. It's not a pretty sport, especially the way I DJ. I get into my Rain Man. I'm not really paying attention. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to entertain 500,000 people who are spending money. Yeah, so like
Coachella.
Yeah, nobody's trying to hear your brother's mixtape record that you're trying to airdrop, which I have a question. Random airdrops in the club, like to the point where it's just like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Don't to airdrop your boy's new record to the DJ is an insane move.
Insane,
that is a top level insane move.
Almost every set, bro.
Same thing. Like I'll have like, because I think like some of my fans, and I might have spoke on this before, but some of my fans a lot of times like they'll come to a show and it's their first time going to a show, and it's like, if you're listening to this and you want to go to a comedy show, you're not supposed to ad-lib the jokes. You're not supposed to like
sing along.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like, I say something and you're like, what? No, come on. No way. Like comedy needs silence. And when you do that, you're stepping on the silence and it's cutting the tension. It's not allowing me to build the tension that I need to do the joke. You're supposed to watch it like it's a Broadway play. You just go and stay quiet. You don't say nothing. If somebody asks you something, you answer. Other than that, you don't say nothing. You don't hear a joke about, stalkers, and then you go to your friend. Remember when the girl was stalking in the garden, right? Nah, you don't do that. You just stay there silent. So today's topics is secrets and lies.
Wow.
Which we open up on lying.
Yep.
I think lying is useful. Do you think would you like to live in a society where lying wasn't allowed?
No,
right?
No. I feel like sometimes you gotta lie, especially like to get yourself out of situations.
Lying also spares people's feelings. And in times where it makes no point. It's no point in hurting their feelings.
Not only is it not there, I mean, to add to the fact that there's no point in hurting their feelings, it's also, you don't really know how people react when their feelings is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody,
some people, you're right.
They can't. They don't really know how to control their emotions when you hurt their feelings.
I mean, I think this happens with men a ton. You hurt a man's feelings,
and World War III
could happen. You know,
that's how it happens.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What about lying? Like lying in a relationship?
I think so. I think it happens.
I mean, of course it happens.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
Of course it happens. I was having a conversation about this just this weekend where. I was talking to some of the workers at the club, and we were talking about like it was like some women, and we were talking about like body counts, and I told them like some numbers about like some girls have told me, and they were just like, oh, they're lying.
That is more or less
more.
Oh yeah, okay,
more.
Yeah,
it's always more.
Yeah, definitely. It's so funny. Women lie when it's like inverted. So women will lie because their body count is probably higher, but they'll give a lower number. And then like not most men, but like a lot of men will lie because they definitely have not hit the numbers that they say. So like they're lying and say like they slept with more women than, and it's just like, it's so gross.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not needed. Also, I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think that women are lying about the number egregiously.
Yeah.
I think they're just discounting like 2 or 3 guys.
That they just wrote off.
Right, what's the difference between 2 or 3? I don't think they'll be like, it's 10 and it's 30.
I mean, to some
That's crazy.
Some people, they might find it to be.
You think they're lying like that?
I don't know. What
do you think, Marty?
I don't know.
I think that I don't want to say I would lie. I think that I know people who would lie because your brain goes to, oh, I'd leave off 1 or 2 because what if you made me name them all? And then I wouldn't want to tell you about those 1 or 2.
To like make your partner name all their partners is crazy.
Yeah.
They need to be with that stalker girl.
That's crazy work.
But that's like a worst case scenario. So that's like where your brain would go.
But what would make a woman want to lie? It's honestly the man's fault, right? It always is.
Yeah.
You don't want to be judged.
It always is. Yeah,
it's
they don't
true.
want to be judged.
1000%.
But even if a guy's like, I'm not gonna judge you,
it's
you just
cool.
think they're gonna?
Yeah.
But why you think like I'm not gonna judge you at 15 I'm a judge, but at 10 it's cool.
I don't know. Maybe there's like safety in lying. You know, like
there is.
You just feel safer if you lie because you know that it's not the truth. So even if it's off by just a little bit, you're like, I'm fine because I totally.
But I don't think a girl's ever lied up.
No,
I don't think that's
only a man thing, right?
Like, if you ever lied about your body count up and you're a woman, please send us a DM or a voicemail or something.
Nah,
tell us how this
that's
happened.
very serious because what if you get like? I feel like it's not fair for women also because what if you get judged for like, oh, you've only like slept with 1 person or 2 people?
I'll be honest. You know, people love it when we're honest on this podcast and they tell the truth. That's what we do. That's what people tune in for.
Number 1 podcast.
I lied about my body count 1 time.
Up or down?
Up.
You lied up?
I lied up.
Okay.
I
think every man's done that.
Because I was a virgin.
Yeah. And
I didn't want it to sound.
You didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I didn't want to be embarrassed. So I lied that I hadn't been a virgin.
What, like, was this what?
This high school.
That's what I'm saying. Your teenage years, I think it's baked in. Like, because you're just like, especially like if you're like a little bit of a late bloomer and your friends, they probably lying too, honestly. Because when you think about it, the way that they describe the action is just like.
Everyone lied in high school.
It didn't go like
Johan,
that.
have you ever lied?
About that?
Yeah.
No.
You lie.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
You never lied up?
You never lied up? Not one
1
time.
or 2?
Not one time.
Nah.
So were you a late bloomer or you got started early?
I was like a sophomore in high school.
That was before me.
That's early.
I was a senior.
That's pretty early, bro.
Yeah.
I was a senior.
I mean, I had friends that like were in middle school that were like.
That's crazy.
But were they lying?
No, because one of my friends actually knocked up a girl.
That's what I was gonna say. We had some junior high school pregnancies too.
Junior high school pregnancies?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Eighth grade, blah.
Yeah, I lied. That's the only time I lied.
Just poked out of nowhere
because I don't want her to know she was the first.
Why? You didn't want to give her that power?
Because come on, I guess especially in high school, it's a little emasculating.
Is it?
A little bit.
If she's the same age?
I never glamorized or wanted to be I've never.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's
I've
gross.
never wanted to be take somebody's virginity. I've never wanted that.
Oh, it's the worst thing ever.
Were you gonna be her first, or she had already?
No. That's why.
Not at that time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At that time, you want somebody with experience, especially like when you start getting your junior and senior year. Yeah. Nah, we got to speed this up, player.
Right. So I just wanted to pretend
Yeah.
Because then, honestly, I think this works both ways. But when you find out that the person that you're gonna sleep with is not have any sexual experience, you feel pressure now. Like you feel like I don't know if I want to take this person's. I don't know if I want this person to remember me this way. It becomes like that.
Yeah, it's very true.
Have you lied
about my number? Yeah, especially in high school. You lie.
But I didn't lie on somebody. I never lied on somebody.
Because
some people do that. Some people have lied on me, bro.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Lying on a guy is insane.
Crazy. It's crazy.
I've had girls say that they slept with me that they 100% did not.
That is terrorist work.
And I'm thinking like, did they?
That is domestic terrorist. They need to be on a list. They need to be on a note. That's crazy.
I'm like, no, we did not sleep together.
I must imagine it's got to be crazy. And now if you got stalkers crying in the street, that there's just people just throw your name out through the dirt.
I say lying about sleeping with somebody, a girl sleeping with a guy, is crazier than a stalker.
That is a criminal offense.
That's crazier than
that is a criminal offense.
Because as a guy, you just look like you're lying. Because they're like, why would you lie about this?
Seriously.
You just look like you're lying for no reason. And I have to be like, I swear to you, I did not sleep with her. I don't know why she's saying that.
And the worst is like when dudes, like, so what? Did they tell another girl or did they tell the dude? Because that's another thing. Like, imagine she lies on you and then she tells a dude and then the dude is like, yo, you slept with such and such. And like, no. Ew.
She told the girl. And then I think you tell another girl to kind of disqualify the guy from her.
That doesn't work.
Not all the time.
No,
it doesn't.
It's
sometimes
actually
a motivation.
It's like it's like for promotional use only. Like you're trying to tell, like because he's and then she wants to find out.
Yeah. So I like
she wants to go on Magic Mountain.
She told the guy like one of the it happened to me. It's honestly happened to me a couple times. Like I swear it's happened a couple times. I have no reason to lie. I literally have not had sexual relations with these women.
You sound like a president. You sound like a presidential-elect.
But I had a girl, she told a girl this so the girl wouldn't want to, like, they were like friends. And she was like, she told her that we had hooked up. And I was like, we didn't.
To deter the girl.
To deter the girl. And I literally told the girl, I was like, ask her in front of me. Like, if you think I'm lying, question us like together in the same place. And as a friend, they're like, oh, nah, I'm not gonna get involved in that. And I'm like, ask me in front of her, like if we hooked up. And if I got around, I'm like, yo, remember when we had sex? And see how you play it. That's how I would bring it up.
The worst is also, not the worst, but the best worst is when you find out that you've been talked about, like, oh yeah, I heard about you. Like, and they kind of come at you in like a sideways way, but they really have like a wristband to go on Magic Mountain. So it's just like, why? Wait, first of all, who's talking about me? Second of all, thank you for the free promotion, but like.
I had a girl lie on me and tell the girl that it was great. And then I'm like, I swear this seems like I'm lying, but why would I lie about this? I promise you I am not great. Why would I pick this up?
What?
Ask other girls.
It's not that
I promise you that. This is a complete lie.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro. That's scary. Domestic terrorists.
Right. So don't listen. Don't lie about somebody. Your body count.
No, and don't lie.
You don't even need to lie about your body count.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Keep it 1,000.
Now I don't even say it. Like I don't say it. Like I just won't say it.
I don't even like. That's not even a topic of discussion.
No, I just won't say it.
Because you're not. Either way, you're not gonna get the truth.
Yeah. Listen. I'm 33 years old. I lost my virginity in high school. It's been almost 20 years.
It's 20.
Yeah.
And you're a famous comedian.
Yeah. So you
Do
whatever
the
you
math.
think it is.
You do the math.
Whatever you think it is.
You do the math. And the worst part is, too, because as you get older, the math doesn't really math like that. Because then they think that you're just out slaying everything.
Yeah. The math. Don't do. Yeah. Because then they'll be like, oh, it's 1,000. I'm like, 1,000.
Are you crazy?
Are you insane? Like,
who has...
Women just have, they could just never like.
It's just so, it's wild.
Yeah, I don't want to make, it is not no crazy.
Yeah, it's not zero, but it's not 1,000.
No, it's
like,
not it's not nowhere near any type of thing like that.
And because like you were talking about, and like what I've come to realize too is that like, man, I got crazy OCD. I'm not the easiest person. So it's just like the slightest thing when you get older, it just turn you right off. Where it's just I know.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think we said this on the last episode, the STD thing, where like call somebody up and let them know that you took STD test and it was clean. And that's really catching on.
Yeah.
People love that.
They'll probably
everyone
send
I brought
you,
that, it's like, that's no matter how mad I'm at you, if you call me and tell me that, I'm gonna be like, nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I might send you $5.
Right, nice. Yeah.
Go get some coffee.
So yeah, don't lie about your body count.
And don't lie on somebody.
What do you think in a relationship? Would you get mad if you found out that your partner was lying about their count?
I wouldn't even care.
But the fact, I feel like then you would get mad because the fact that you don't care, you would be like, why are you lying? I don't even care.
The thing is too, it's like either way, you're not gonna get the truth. There's no way to audit it. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one of those things where like if you don't like come to grips and just be like, you're never gonna get the truth, then you'll probably just live in a state of frustration.
Yeah, you're just gonna be frustrated.
Yeah,
She's
the whole
lying.
time.
It's all a lie. Marty, would you get mad if you found out your partner was lying about it?
Their body count?
Yeah.
It like depend why they were lying, I feel like.
Because it was too much.
Like what if it was really
But you wouldn't ask that question, right?
No.
So they'll volunteer information to you and then it'd be a lie.
But
it's kind of icky.
It is.
That's kind of icky.
It is.
And there's instances though, like what if they just come out with like just the truth because the number is so egregious that like you're gonna find out anyway. Because I got homegirls.
What's an egregious number?
I'm just saying like, all right, from going college, right? College is a crazy time. Like people really got to study college, but I've known of people who went from 0 to like 60 in a semester.
No.
In a
semester?
I mean, I'd like to have her on a podcast.
In a semester.
That is
0 to 60. I'm talking about from August, because school we started like August 20 something to December when winter break. 60, like a Tesla. Like, yo, that's wild.
that's almost one person a day.
Basically,
it's like one every other day, right?
Yeah,
it's one every other day.
And I think because that person was sheltered at home, no kind of freedom, no nothing. So she got to school and she said, "Rev this engine up, baby."
Well, I was watching the Ric Flair documentary on Netflix, and he said they asked him how many girls he thinks he's been with in his life. He said, "Easy 10,000." Jeez. Easy. He said he was doing 4 or 5 a night for like 20 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like on the road. Just and he's been married. He was married his whole life.
Crazy. Woo!
Yeah, it's just a ladies man. 10,000.
That's crazy. That's more than Wilt.
How much is it?
I thought Wilt was up there too.
I think they said like 20,000.
And the 5 digits.
But I don't know if that's, I think that, 10,000 is a lot.
How do you have time for that?
That's like spending more time having sex than doing other things.
I mean, he's like a pretty chronic drinker who just parties a lot. So I can see how that happens.
And it has to be
especially in the 80s and
the 70s and 80s.
70s and 80s.
Even the 90s was crazy. Yeah.
It was, I mean,
I think before like actual like tapes, like of course VHS, you might have seen things with VHS, but it was too big to like set up, right? But like the people that like grew up in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, their stories are wow.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Now, do you think if your partner lies to you about their body count, does that constitute cheating? It's not cheating, right?
It's not cheating.
No.
It's just lying.
It's just lying.
But then your trust then is gonna
be wavered.
It's gonna waver.
Yeah. So what is cheating? Like is flirting cheating?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, flirting can't be cheating because your girl's flirting. All your girlfriends are flirting. They're flirting. They're flirting with me. They flirt.
Not only that, but like if you've been around enough women and you understand the science of flirting, especially if they're really good at it, like they might just be using it as an advantage to get something.
For sure.
And so like once you get to that point, you can't even be mad at the flirt. Because like I've been out with my friends and they'll flirt and it's just like, hey, drinks on us. Like it's just like, oh shit, this is the power of women.
If your girl is on the pretty side and you take a look at her friends and let's just say they are not, and they go out together, your girl 9 out of 10 times is getting holed out to bring benefits to the group of friends.
Whole group. To the group. This is
facts.
I've seen it with my own
facts.
eyes. And like there's a hierarchy too. There's the things that people don't talk about. I've been behind closed doors.
No, people don't talk about this. If your girlfriend is the prettiest girl in her group of friends, when she goes out with her group of friends, right? She's at a bar, she's at a club. Her friends are like, hey,
you know what to do.
Go talk to those guys and get us free drinks.
You know what to do. You know how this operates here. Yeah, I've seen it.
Pretty privilege gets passed down.
There's not is this a safe space? Is this a safe
Always.
space?
That's why we do it.
Can I go here?
Even be here.
There's
Please.
pretty privilege, right? There's pretty privilege, and there's also titty privilege. Because I've seen titty privilege garner. I saw it this weekend. Like, so the booth that I'm at is high up.
Stalker had titty privilege. That's why I didn't get her kicked out immediately.
That's why she befuddled you. Oh. She had TP,
That'll allow you to stock.
You can fall for the TP. I see that happen where this young lady, she was blessed up top at the bar and just seeing everybody feed over. But then you see the homegirls too that are just like, no, hey, man. Like, they're drinking for free.
Let me ask you something, Marty, and you're a woman, right?
Good job.
When a girl goes out, right? Let's say she's going out for a night out, right? Let's say she's going to a comedy club, and she puts on a outfit that are clearly accenting her breasts.
Accentuates.
Like they're clearly putting them out there for the world to see.
Okay.
Does she not want people to see them? Like, is it weird if someone looks, or is the point for people to see them?
I think the point is usually what makes you feel good, but then there's also the point is if you want stuff. I'm not going to say there isn't a point that's like if you want stuff, but you're not supposed to look.
You're not?
The point isn't so you look. No, the point is like...
Even if you have them coming out of your turtleneck?
Yes.
On the bar.
The point is...
that can't be true.
The point is it's supposed to be... Like, I think most girls do whatever makes them feel good, and that sometimes makes you feel good. And then sometimes the point is to get stuff from other people, but it's just icky and gross if someone blatantly looks. So it's like...
Like sometimes I've seen this where like girls are like, my eyes are up here, and it's like, well, but your
titties are in my face.
Like in my face, and respectfully,
face.
obviously, I'm
not even trying to look.
It's just a glance, and then respectfully, you
just tittying me.
Yeah, I don't think it's about other people. I think it's about you.
On.
I don't think. Okay, I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I don't know. Maybe.
But I don't see you. I don't think you would go out like that.
No,
you don't know.
All right, you want to hoe out. I was trying to stand up for you, but
the one time.
Well, why do you think that's standing up? Like, it's not about like. I think how people dress is what makes them feel good. I don't think.
So why? How come? And why come?
Great.
For a woman to feel good, she has to be like showing off her body parts, and for a man, it's just like this feels good. Like it's just like a cool jacket, like.
Well, women are judged more on their bodies. Like your worth is in your body.
I agree. And men put that on them 100%.
Yeah.
So, but then don't say it's not for other people to look though. It is. Because men put this on you and then you're appeasing them. You're appeasing the men.
I think when you're judged on what your body looks like for so long, anything that can make you feel good about your body, you want to go towards. Because you want to just go towards that feeling. Whatever that feeling is to you is like different to different people. I don't 100%. Think there's a set thing. I don't think it's like some people want someone to look and other people like don't. It's two groups. I think it's like by person.
But I 100% side with the fact that men put all this on women where they expect them, their bodies to look a certain way. They judge them 100%. They do this. Mm-hmm. But I would argue that if you're leaning into that, you're playing to the judger. So that's not, it doesn't sound like that's for you. It sounds like that's for the judger, which are the men or the girls.
To some people, well, I mean, also you could just be dressing to like get stuff. Like you said,
free stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
That doesn't happen with men though.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want this to make it seem like I want women to dress up.
No, the one time
that's not what this is about at all.
That I had a glimpse into that world is I was wearing a suit and I went to, I think it was a Predator manager, something like that. I'm saying it wrong, Predator Manger or something. And
that's like a
Yeah. The young lady was behind the bar. Behind the register. She was just like, this sandwich is on me because you look so good. I didn't know what to do. I thought I want, what was it?
You had your titties out at a Predator.
Because I was wearing my suit.
Yeah.
Suit equals titties.
Yeah, you literally walked in with your titties out.
Just all out. And she didn't know how to handle it. Okay, all right. And a fresh haircut.
Yeah, that
shows a double whammy. She gave me a free sandwich. I didn't know what to do. I thought I would run like what's the one? The EGOT? I thought I'm running EGOT just right there. Because that never happens.
Really?
Yeah. A free sandwich and the drink.
That's
just because she's like, I like your suit, I like your style. This one's on me. I'm like,
see,
I cried.
Women need to buy more stuff from men.
I shouldn't say it.
No, say it. Let it go.
You're the voice of the people. If
you are the voice of reason. Let it go.
I mean, I think I know that I get I know that you get a lot of stuff for free, like just like
cool.
Like I know that girls get a lot, because I get a lot of stuff for free. Sure. So I'm like
just by living,
just by existing, like. So I know that's the thing, but I do think like more times than not, like if girls will play into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
like,
fine.
That's why. It's not about getting people to look. It's about like
leverage.
Yeah, you're leveraging.
Listen, ladies, leverage yourselves.
Oh, I was going to say leverage those titties.
Yeah.
Maybe not that
OTT.
objectively, but wear what makes you feel good.
Exactly.
All right,
That's my thought.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
What do you think about emotional affairs? Because I discontinued flirting because they're flirting. Yeah. Everyone's flirting. Yeah. Women are flirting. Yeah. I think women flirt more than men, to be honest.
Strategic flirting. Sometimes they're flirting without even knowing it.
Yeah, I think women flirt more than men, like on a daily basis.
Yeah, but there's two kinds of flirting.
Talk to me.
There's like flirting to get stuff and flirting to benefit yourself and flirting to move through the world. And then there's like flirting where you actually want something to happen.
Of course, those are two different things, but I don't think one is better than the other.
And I don't think that they're good at the latter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think there's a huge difference.
No,
guys can't tell.
Have you seen effective flirting? Like, because it's just like you're not good at this.
But the thing is, here's the thing, Marty. Here's what you're not taking into account.
What am I not taking into account?
When a woman flirts to get something, it's not about why you're flirting. It's about how it's being perceived. The man that she's flirting with, just so she could get, a free coffee, he thinks she wants to sleep with him. So what does it matter what your thing was? He perceives it as you're coming on to him because you want sex. So he's might act according to that. I don't, but guys do. Yeah,
but other people's actions aren't cheating or lying. Yours are. So like,
but flirting is not a positive action, right? Nobody. I'm saying that it happens, but I don't think any guy's like, yeah, I want my girl out there flirting. I want her sharpening her flirting skills.
Yeah, that's not a
I argue the emotional affairs. That's worse, right?
That's definitely worse. Yeah, for sure.
Give me an example of that.
What, emotional affair? I this terminology, work husband, work wife. Husband, yeah. I'm still not on board for that.
Like you walked in, like you brought Johan honey, right? I'm like
HR.
No maple syrup.
That's even
if
from your
my
mom.
girl was like, hey, let me get this maple syrup. I want to bring it into work for this guy I work with. Yeah, that would be. She would be cheating.
From my mom.
Really?
Yeah, that's a cheat.
Especially if she didn't leave any maple syrup at home.
Yeah.
Oh. And I would be like, what? Why are you bringing up maple syrup?
What breakfast spot did y'all go to?
Yeah. And you're like, oh, because he eats healthy. I don't care how he eats.
Like, how do you know how he eats?
Yeah.
Oh, then Well,
Yeah.
I'm not in a relationship, so it doesn't count.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna be like,
that's
then
true.
I've cheated with half the people in this house.
Yeah, I'm using it. Well, if you brought a whole pack of maples, a whole
And gave
bunch
it
of
out.
jars and gave them out, that's
It's
one
different.
thing.
It's
But
different. Specificity.
for one guy, when I know you work with a ton of people, I don't like that.
Nah.
The work husband is not good.
I don't like the work marriage period.
That's why my woman can't work.
Mm.
She has to come from money.
Clip that up. That's the clip. That's the one right there.
They're not allowed to be in workplaces.
How do you, this is a total tangent.
I would love it if her dad just sent her money.
How do you feel about the women who probably make more? I mean, we've discussed this, but they make more than their partners.
I love those women.
But they use it as a way to control the partner?
That's not great, but I love women that make a lot of money.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem with
You should wear that on stage next time.
Women are expensive. Like just to have like a girlfriend is very expensive.
That is a t-shirt.
It's very, very expensive. So if your girl could like
chip in on this,
yeah, it'll be beautiful.
And
that's how you make boss. I'm pro like the boss couples, like the Jay-Z, Beyonce, like
Rihanna.
Yeah,
ASAP.
Rihanna. Like
Yeah.
like let's both be killing it.
Yeah. If we have any rich ladies out there, hit the number 347-378-9423.
Do you think
Hey,
liking
you know-
and commenting on pictures is cheating?
It depends on the comments.
What kind of comments?
Like the ones that are like the fire emoji and the ones that are like fire emoji, heart emoji, anything that could be construed as
Fire
like,
is not cheating.
I don't think
Really?
fire.
I don't think
Eyes.
fire is cheating.
What about the
Eggplant for
eyes?
sure.
Eggplant, eyes,
Eggs.
anything with the hearts.
You can't do the wet drops.
No wet
The little
drops.
drops.
But
That's crazy.
fire,
That's
I think
crazy.
Fire,
No tongue out.
Fire is probably
Tongue
the
out is
safest
crazy.
that you can
Clap. You could
do.
clap.
You can clap.
You could do that. That's not cheating.
Praying hands.
A clap. I don't like praying hands.
You don't like praying hands?
No, that's cheating.
That's cheating? The
Yeah.
praying hands
but
is
the
cheating?
clap isn't cheating.
No, the clap is not cheating.
How? How
What if
so?
they're like
Because
trying
let
to-
me explain.
Explain.
You could let's say you post a photo of you in a suit, right?
Uh-huh.
Going to work, whatever. You got your briefcase, you got your suit, you're headed to work, like
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
the equivalent of a booty pic for a man. Him going to work in a suit. And let's say your girlfriend posts clapping emojis.
Is that a thirst trap?
Yeah, of course. Let's say your girl posts clapping emojis. She could get away on a theoretical of, oh no, I was just supporting his work. Like he's a professional man, black man. Like,
Support.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know
Okay.
that
Okay.
that doesn't sound as flirty as the drops.
Okay. No, the drops is
No.
no.
The drops is like sending a nude.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's definitely
I'm like
crazy.
you sent a nude on
But
his
what
feed.
about the praying hands? Because it could be like, you could be a former
No, I don't like
devil
praying
worshiper and you don't know how to like comment on people's pictures. So you put the prayer hands to blessings.
Well, the praying hand is actually a high five.
It is.
I
That's
learned
what
that.
people didn't know.
People use it as praying hands, but it's a high five.
But
And no, I don't like that one.
how often are you high-fiving somebody of the same complexion? They should have thought about this.
They switch them.
They switch
Yeah,
it?
you can switch the,
Oh,
the
okay.
tones.
Okay.
Yeah,
the left and
hands.
the, no, but for both?
Yeah, no, you could put like white hand, black hand.
Okay. All right. But
Yeah, you
then that defeats the purpose.
You can switch your hand.
Okay.
What about a handshake? No, that's flirting.
Handshakes?
Yeah, under a picture.
But
That's
do
flirting?
you think the context of the picture matters? Like
Mm.
a
You bring
booty
up a good
picture,
point.
like a booty picture. You can comment anything on it, and I feel like it would still be like.
What if you put? What about the laughing emoji?
Okay, yeah.
No, that's definitely flirting.
That's
well,
flirting.
Yeah.
You could be like clowning on her BBL, you know.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Like, what if you just point out something in the background? So it's a booty picture, but like it's in the doctor's office. and
Yeah,
it's
they'll
like,
be like, "What doctor is that?
Yeah,
is that,
yeah,
is that
yeah,
Dr.
is that-
Steinberg?
is that flirting?
Yeah.
that's flirting?
I don't think you should comment on a booty picture
Period.
unless it's like, you know, like a friend or like
No.
a family member. Maybe you're making fun of them.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Other than that, I don't think it's cheating though.
I think
Cheating
I've-
is a stretch.
I've unfollowed family members that put the booty pictures out there. I don't
Yeah.
need to be a part of this life. I
I'll
don't know.
comment. I'll hate on it.
I
I'll
don't
just
know.
Hate on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
I'll just comment. hate.
I don't need this on my feed. I
Yeah.
don't need to see you like that. Whoever you are and your constituents, remove yourself
Right,
from me.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I think that's inappropriate.
What about withholding information? Is that lying?
No, I don't think that's lying. It's withholding information.
I think that's lying.
That's lying.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too.
That pisses me off. Like one thing is like to lie. Another thing is like don't try to be clever.
No,
Don't
but
try to be
what
clever.
about the context of it though? Like I think context applies in this situation.
Well, I mean, if I go out tonight and I cheat on my girl and she comes back and she's like, oh, what'd you do tonight? And I'm like, oh, nothing. That's withholding information.
That's definitely withholding information. But another scenario that you've been in is like, what if you have explosive diarrhea? And like, you're not at the point where you can just share that with somebody. So you're just like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm not gonna let you know. Like,
that's not lying because you don't feel good.
But that's withholding information.
But not important information. Like if you withhold important information, like if you're like if you lie about someone you were with.
Yes.
That
is lying.
Or if you withhold that information, like someone's like, oh, like, what did you do yesterday? And you're like, oh, I went, I don't know, bowling. And you're like, and then don't share anything else, but you went bowling with another person. Like that's lying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at it differently.
Yeah, you lied to me they'll be like, oh, but I told you I went bowling. I didn't lie. It's like, don't. Yeah, okay. Don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining.
Which people love to do.
Yeah.
Especially in New York.
Do you believe in karma? Like if you lie and cheat, it comes back around, goes around, goes around, goes around.
I think so. I do.
Comes back around.
I do. I definitely do. I do believe that, like, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with being a good person. You know what I mean?
I'm pro it.
I'm starting to realize, like, being a good person doesn't necessarily always mean that you have to be a nice person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
intent is valuable, right?
Yeah.
Like always trying to do the best. You won't. Sometimes you fail.
You're gonna fuck up.
You're gonna fall short.
Yeah.
But that is the number one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Do you believe in karma?
I don't know. I have a weird thing where I'm like, you know how people are like, oh, what's meant to be will be and thing. I kind of feel like everything's random. Like everything we're just in a ball flying through space and it's random. All possibilities are possible. And in the realm of endless possibilities, anything can happen. So that's why stuff happens. And they're like, oh, why would this happen? Like, yeah, because it's random. If you flip a coin and it lands on heads, you can't be like, oh, why would it land on heads? Yeah, we flipped a coin. It could have landed on tails and landed on heads.
Speaking about random though, this is a total random tangent, but like, I go on deep dives on YouTube and Spotify for like space. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been really investigating the James Webb Telescope.
I've been doing that, yeah.
See, I think
that's a guy thing.
But like it's even crazier now too because they're looking deeper out into space, and then I feel like I think once we make money from this endeavor, I'm gonna open up a school because we got to learn the periodic table because it's all basically the story between hydrogen and helium. And I just wanted to say that because it was random.
All right, I'll do a random space fact that I learned recently. If aliens exist, right? Like let's say aliens were in a planet, I think it said 2 million light years away, which that's forever. It'll take 2 million years for light to reach over there. When they were looking back, if they were watching Earth right now, they would be seeing Earth like in the prehistoric era. Because it takes 2 million years
for the light to reach
over there. So if they were watching us with a telescope, they would be right now, they would be watching Earth
forming.
Yeah. That's why it's so hard to tell if there is or isn't aliens.
To build off that, though, I don't know where we're going, but like I also learned that if you think about it, everything is if you can see it, that means it's measurable, right? So like the factors for like let's say Earth, right? So it's basically based off of the star. Our galaxy is based off of the density of the star, right? And then based off of the density of the star, you can estimate how long the star is going to live, right? So our sun is going to live, technically, they say 10 billion years.
Yeah.
So basically then like once we get nicer with looking at stars, that means that if you notice a star that's going to live to 10 billion years, the chances are, not to say if there are extraterrestrial beings, but the chances are going to be greater around a sun that lives to be 10 billion years.
Right. I mean, we will never, like, humanity will never get to see their sun burn out.
Yeah.
Just because they just predict we'll kill each other before that.
Yeah.
Or
More than
asteroid,
likely.
like the Earth
Yeah.
won't be there.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's crazy. I didn't believe in aliens. I do now though.
You do?
Yeah, I do now.
Oh.
Also, like societies, like maybe there was one and they went away. Like
That could be
they
it
come
too.
up, they come and they go.
Man, we live in New York City. I'm definitely sure there's like at least 100,000 aliens just living over here if we're gonna keep it 1,000.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he had the great analogy. He was like, looking into space and saying there's no aliens because we don't see anything would be the equivalent of like taking a cup out of the ocean and being like, the whales don't exist. Because look, there's no, like,
there's no whale in this
That's
cup.
the amount of space that we've explored, like just like a small cup. But I digress.
Yes.
Studies have shown that the average person lies 1 to 2 times per day. Can you tell when someone is lying?
Sometimes I can.
You think
Especially
so?
in nightlife. Yeah.
I don't think I'm good at it. I just kind of always, if you say something crazy, I'm assume you lying.
But like, what about, because I must imagine you got random people talking about like, oh yeah, I know this person, like, and what you do, I guess Hollywood. And
part of me though, I'm like, part of me still resigns to the fact where I'm like, why would you lie? So like, I'm like, why would you lie about this? It's like lying about like sleeping with me. Why would you lie about this?
Yeah.
This gets you nothing.
Nothing. Nowhere.
So some people don't need a reason to lie.
It's worse when
Some people lie when the truth will do.
But it's disgusting when guys lie to me, like you.
Guys lying to you is weird.
It's weird because it's like, why are you?
A man lying to another man is very weird.
It's so weird. It's like are you trying to sleep with me? Like,
bro, are you flirting with me? Why would you lie to me?
You don't have to lie,
Yo,
bro.
why would you lie to me?
This is terrible.
2 truths and a lie. Johan, you do 2 truths and a lie.
Try.
Oh, shit. All right, let's see. I haven't had sex in 2 years.
Jeez.
That's the truth.
I have 2 nephews.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is I've shit myself and blamed it.
That's the truth. I already know that. The 2 years was a lie.
You haven't answered. Yeah, the 2 years one.
Are you gonna guess, Fabian?
You shit yourself, bro?
Everyone shit themselves.
But like as an adult,
this is really funny.
Oh shit! I'm glad you guys didn't let me finish that one.
as an adult,
It
no,
happens.
not
What's
as
the
an
lie?
adult, not as the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I should have went lower.
I'm like a human lie detector.
I'm Dive Master certified.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in 2 car accidents,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to have red hair.
the red hair's a lie.
Red hair's a lie.
Yeah.
What was the first one? Was your
I'm
certified
Dive Master certified, been in 2 car accidents, and I used to have red hair.
Yeah, red hair's a lie.
Nope.
Dive master?
Yeah, I'm not master certified. I'm just normal.
But you can't do that. Though.
Yes, I can.
You can't say something that's kind of true. Like she's certified, but not
But
dive
not-
Not
master.
dive master.
No,
it's a
come on,
huge
that's-
difference. It's
No.
a
What's the
huge
difference?
Not to us though.
I had bright red hair for a really long time.
I know.
I
I
need to see
figured you have
pictures.
right hair. I knew you're the red hair type, but
I mean,
like I can tell that's true. But yeah, you can't make it seem. You can't do something that's half true. Like
Yeah.
you are a dive master. Like you're certified, but not at the highest certification level.
okay. All right. I only took 1 outfit to Europe when I went this Thanksgiving. I only own 2 pairs of sneakers, and I got the lowest score on.
I believe that.
I believe that. No, that's because that's when they called,
Yeah.
right? And like
Yeah.
everybody knew you trying to lie.
That was a
Come
truth.
on, we pay attention.
Let's say you didn't take 1 outfit.
No, I did take 1 outfit.
You really did that?
I
How do
took
you
only
do
1
that?
outfit.
Why
the
would
whole-
you do that?
Because I wanted, so I had to take like 6 flights this past Thanksgiving, and I wanted to not have to check a bag any of the time, and I was only taking budget airlines, so anything over a little backpack was checking a bag.
So were you planning to do laundry?
No, everywhere I went, I bought $4 outfits at thrift stores. And then I would wear
But those are dirty. Those are just as dirty as the clothes you're wearing.
That wasn't
Did you throw them out?
It wasn't a good plan.
Yeah, Marty, next time pay the $30 and check a bag.
Just check a bag, Marty.
It wasn't like $30. It was like $800 with all of the flights. So I was like, oh, I'd rather just buy clothes.
What about a carry-on?
Yeah, well, they charge you for carry-ons and yeah, okay.
Were you flying Spirit internationally?
Yeah, like Ryanair, like all around Europe. Anyway, okay, fine. You guys can tell if people lie. Congratulations.
Volume 47. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
It's another fun one. We appreciate you guys. This is coming out March 4th.
Yep.
If you want to see me live this weekend, the 7th to the 11th, I'm in Edmonton, Canada. At the Comic Strip. March 22nd to the 24th, I'm in Pittsburgh at the Improv. And the 28th to the 30th, I'm in Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay.
At Comedy Off Broadway. And next week, April, I'm going to Cleveland. I'll be in the San Francisco area. I'm going to Vancouver.
Shout out to the land.
And I'm thinking about doing a show in LA sometime in April. So if you're in Los Angeles, hit me up if you'll come to the show. And maybe I'll do something in LA in April. Thank y'all for listening. Adulthood Pop, Volume 47. Thank y'all for tuning in. Give us a like, thumbs up, share, put your friends on, make the pod keep growing. We love y'all adulterers. Not in a stalker weird way, just like in a generic,
platonic
love people who listen to your stuff and support you way. Later.
Period.